it's honestly sad. And I don't want it to be something where OnlyFans is normalized. I don't want it to be something where these lines of work are so normalized and so glorified and glamorized in a sense. All right, so I wanted to tell you guys about something that happened to me recently where I was approached by a company very similar to OnlyFans asking if I wanted to join their platform. And their pitch was about how, they have people on the platform that are making like $2 million a year. This platform isn't as big as OnlyFans, but it is similar. They were familiar with the fact that my audience is predominantly male, which it is. And I think a lot of that obviously has come from my days at NBA 2K and just working in sports. A lot of you guys who do watch my content are guys. They knew that about me and they were just trying to sell me on this idea of maybe starting on this platform that goes behind a paywall and there's monthly subscribers just as there is OnlyFans and Patreon and other places. And I let them kind of give me their spiel and heard what they had to say. Another thing that they said was, there's different ways to promote this. You can kind of put whatever information, whatever photos, whatever videos, whatever you want behind this paywall. It doesn't have to be nudity. It doesn't have to be like sexy photos like a lot of girls do, but you could do, you could do day in the life things. You could do behind the scenes. But then something that stood out to me, he was like, but there is better ways to promote it than others. If you just promoted it and said like, hey, check out my behind the scenes and subscribe here, you might get some people to sign up. But then on the other side, if you posted yourself kind of in like a bikini and said like, started a blank page with a little devil emoji, then you'll probably get a lot more people to click and sign up because they don't really know what they're seeing. But then behind the paywall, you could post whatever you want. They also mentioned how they have people who are behind the scenes and they will kind of manage the page of these women because they said like maybe there are some guys who use these platforms, but it is mostly women who use these platforms. But the guys behind these paywalls are the ones who are messaging people. I guess on these sites, subscribers can pay the girls to like chat with them or get personalized videos, this and that. And they do that for you. So there would be somebody like on my team who would be messaging these different guys thinking it was me for me. The people I was talking to, I will say lovely people, but I got off the call with kind of an icky feeling in my stomach. I told them I would, thank you so much. I'll like talk to my team about it. It's not what I did at all. I'm not going to talk to my team about anything. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm never going to do anything like that. So if you're coming to this video hoping that I'm going to say that I'm going to do an OnlyFans, it's never happening. An OnlyFans is never happening. And anything close to OnlyFans is never happening. And anything, you guys, if I tell you to subscribe to something, to see some exclusive content, it's never going to be something where I'm showing off my body or sharing a side of myself that I wouldn't feel comfortable with the entire world seeing. That's number one. Number two, it got me to thinking of the bigger issue that's happening right now in today's society with social media, with OnlyFans, and with these kind of pornographic websites where there are millions of men who are subscribing and paying women just to see their body. And then there are millions of women who are thinking that it's okay to do that. And they're actually using that as their main source of revenue or as a career at this point. And it's sad to me that we've gotten to a place in society where this is so normal. Like I remember years ago where there was some shame behind some of these career paths, and we don't have that anymore. And I think the thing that upsets me the most about it is I understand the appeal of girls who might not have money, might have bills to pay, may have kids to support, and they see this as an easy way to access money, right? It's a career, it's a job. But I think the side that you're missing and what a part of me that I could never fathom doing, is giving away such a sacred part of myself and my life, and just the safety risks behind it as well. Like I mentioned, I do have a predominantly male audience, but with that, even to me and the very small bits of information that I share with you guys about my life and my personal life, I already feel a lot of times like I'm not completely safe, because there have been instances where I've been in public and fans have come up to me and not made me feel very safe, or said certain things that have made me uncomfortable. And that's not the majority. Most of you guys are lovely when I meet you, but I couldn't even imagine taking off my clothes and then having a fan meet me in person. Like, how do you go about regular life knowing that you never know who you run into on the street has seen you in that most vulnerable place? I also wonder what is going on with men in society where you really feel like you have to pay girls to see them or chat with them, which, by the way, if you guys are on OnlyFans, paying for chats with girls is probably not them messaging you. It's probably some guy, by the way. So sorry to burst your bubble if you're actually doing that. But how have we gotten to a place where that's how men are spending their free time and their free money? It's honestly sad. And I don't want it to be something where OnlyFans is normalized. I don't want it to be something where these lines of work are so normalized and so glorified and glamorized in a sense. Oh, bad baby turned 18 and made $3 million on her first day on OnlyFans. No, that's actually sick. That means however many people were waiting for a 17-year-old to turn 18 so she could legally post nude photos on OnlyFans. That's not something that's like, oh, good job. Like, yeah, I guess good job robbing a bunch of sicko men, but that's sick. I don't want this to be something that becomes normalized and becomes okay. And I really hope that the tide starts to turn a little bit, because I also think it's probably a slippery slope for some of these women who get on these sites like OnlyFans and other places like this, where they start by just maybe, showing fitness things or showing bikini photos, and then they're getting requests from their subscribers like, we want to see more, we want to see this, and then these girls feel pressure because if they don't do this, then they're going to lose subscribers. And that's the only place that your income is coming from. So I don't know the purpose of this video. Was really only to share with you guys my experience of what happened to me. But it is something that I'm seeing so much more often. And even with advertisements, I see like OnlyFans and these other sites being advertised so much. And I guess wanted to share you guys how against it I am. And if you have girlfriends, if you have friends that are girls that you want to share this video with, and just maybe help them and share with them like, hey, maybe this isn't the right career path. I promise you, there's so many different ways that we can go in the world with our career, with our jobs. There's so many different ways to make money. And listen, you guys, there's also normal jobs. We don't all have to be on social media making our money on social media, or being famous, or taking off clothes, or posting really pretty pictures. There are so many ways that we can contribute to this world without doing that as women. And so I hope that this just reaches the right audience. Maybe one, for men, stop spending your money doing that, and like go to the gym, invest in something, take a girl on a date and spend your money there with her in person, like buy her dinner. Don't spend it on some random girl on the internet who you're probably messaging with another middle-aged man behind the scenes. Don't do that. So one, men, stop with that. And two, women, please find your passion in other ways, because you don't have to sell your body and a part of your soul to make money. And I don't think, maybe I'm wrong, but I really don't think that there's an amount of money in the end. And a lot of girls are also doing this when they're super young. I don't think that there's an amount of money in the end that's going to make up for those years, that time, that piece of yourself that you feel like you lost when you were young and in your 20s. And the last thing I'll say is whatever you put on the internet will be there forever. So choose wisely what you want that to be. But what do you guys think about OnlyFans? Do you think it's okay Do you think that it should be banned? Do you think that it's good for society, bad for society? You guys let me know in the comments. Maybe in an upcoming video, I can dive deeper into the subject and read some of the things that you guys have to say.